this is a shot in the dark, you know? You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm trying it anyways. But if anybody wants to donate to help me stay afloat during the long O.J. Simpson trial I'm involved in, it'd be much appreciated. This trial started in the beginning of April. It's the end of June. The trial's still going. Beginning of April till now. It's an O.J. Simpson trial, okay? Long. You know what I'm saying? O.J. Simpson trial right there. Who would have thought not putting your blinker on would turn into that? O.J. Simpson trial. He didn't put my blinker on, which is true. I didn't put my blinker on, but you don't need to go to this extent. You know, an O.J. Simpson trial for not putting my blinker on. Please, come on. Just, I'll pay the small fine. But no, jury trial. Jury trial. You're guilty just because you're guilty. Just like they did to Jesus. Jesus, you're guilty just because. We're taking you in, Jesus. Just because. Same thing with me. Just because. We don't like you. We don't like the way you look. Just because. We're taking you in. I'm like, all right. So, but now we're almost to the crucifixion point, where the crowd is yelling. I can almost hear it. Crucify him. Crucify. I can almost hear it now. Oh man, and Pontius Pilate's like, oh boy. Oh boy. We better penalize this guy, or the whole world is gonna revolt against us if we don't crucify this guy. If we don't crucify Johnny, there's hell to pay by the people. You know, the people outside yelling, crucify him. There'll be a price to pay for if they don't convict me. There'll be a price on them from many angles. Many angles. If they don't make an example out of me, they're toast. They're toast. They have to make an example out of me. I'm that hated. This trial is at him against the whole US of A. It's big. Maybe the whole world too. You know, maybe the UK is saying crucify Adam. Maybe Jean Grey is too. Out there. Maybe she turned on me too. She's like, crucify him. I'm like, okay. He's been ignoring me. Crucify him. I have been ignoring you. But, you know, it's for the best, you know. Wolverine and Jean Grey, you know, it never works out. So I just said, all right, see you later. You know. She's with somebody anyways, you know. There's no future there with Jean Grey and the Wolverine, so I was like, see you later. So I learned my lesson. You walk away from the Jean Greys. Just keep walking. Keep walking. They flirt with you, they pretend they like you. Keep walking. They pretend they say they love you. Keep walking. Just keep walking. Ignore the Jean Greys. And it served me well. It served me well so far. Ignore the women that are flirting with me. The attractive women that have a guy already that are flirting with me. Just keep walking. I've done well. Still alone. I've done well. Yes, we have, Gambit. We've done well. You and I running amok of the X-Men. Well, mostly me running amok. Gambit's more a gentleman, but he's legit. The Wolverine's just wild. Bring it on. Bring it on. Bring on the whole CIA. Bring it on. Every assassin you have in the CIA. Bring it on. That's what I'm doing. Gambit's not doing that. He's smarter than me. But We all have our special gifts. The Wolverine isn't Gambit, and Gambit's not the Wolverine, so the Wolverine's using his gifts. Has a wild distraction. And I'm pretty good at it. I'm pretty good at it. I mean, if I got the whole FBI following me around, I'm good at distraction, okay? I'm good at distraction and the police at the same time. I'm good at distraction, and even the CIA guy. I think I'm the best at distracting. Bringing the hate to me, bringing the attention to me, bringing all enemies to me. I'm the best, I think. Jesus might have been better, though. They nailed him to a cross. Jesus might have been better at provoking the enemy at the end of the day. But maybe I'm a close second. This trial, you know what I mean? Like, Pontius Pilate, Oh, he's a legit judge, so I'm like, oh, man. So I'm like, oh, boy. God provided a legit judge, not some, Joe Schmo judge. This one seems legit. So I'm like, oh boy. God provided Pilate. He did, Some judges are just Herods. Jokes. But this one, for the trial, seems like legit Pontius Pilate. I'm like, oh boy. Oh boy, it's serious. What Pontius Pilate says goes. He's the one. The ball is in his court. He's the one in charge. He's the authority. He is. He's the authority in this whole trial. Pontius Pilate, he is. His authority outweighs everybody's authority in this trial. As you know, if you've ever been in court, the judge's authority is superior to all authority. It's above the public defender. It's above the prosecutor. It's above, I don't have any authority, but it's above my authority. If I had authority, it's above me. It's above the police chief authority. It's above the whole police authority. It's above the mayor authority. Judge has the most authority right now. He does. What he says goes. What he says goes. So if you yell crucify him, you gotta yell at the Pontius Pilate. You gotta yell at the Pontius Pilate. Crucify Adam. That's what you gotta do at the top of your lungs to Pontius Pilate, not just anybody, but to him. You know what I'm saying? And then he'll be like, but I see no fault in the guy. He had no weapons. He just walked away from being bullied by police. I see no fault in the guy. That's what he might say at the end of the day. I wash my hands of this, and let the jury crucify me, you know what I'm saying? He's like, I wash my hands of this. That's what he could say, you know what I'm saying? I did what any normal human citizen would do in the situation I was in. It was a hostile situation. I thought the police were going to shoot me, point blank, period. I did. Like, get out of your car. Not, sir, can I see your license and registration? You know how they do that nice thing? I didn't get that. I didn't get that. Get out of your car. Get out of your car. Walk to the back of your car. And then, 4 or 5 police show up. One searching my vehicle, illegally. I didn't give him permission to search my vehicle. He just searches my vehicle. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? It was nuts. It was nuts. I'm like, I have no rights. Take me to jail. I have no rights. I tried to quote amendments and stuff. Didn't work. They took, just take me to jail, I'll walk away, you can take me to jail. That's what happened. But anyways, I'm kind of diverted, but I'm giving you a short spiel of what happened. You know what I mean? But Jesus didn't come swooping in to save the day. No, sir. I stood strong by myself. Don't you forget. No, I don't need Jesus to bail me out. As always. Don't you forget it. Don't you forget it. Johnny's doing the sacrifice play this time, Jesus. I'm doing the sacrifice play. Not you. Johnny is. This is my trial. My name's on this trial, not Jesus. Not Jesus' name on the trial. That's my name on the trial. This is my moment. This is my moment. Not the Lord's moment, my moment. Don't you forget it. Don't you forget. Anyways. But that's not what this video is about. If you want to donate to help me stay afloat, like just pay for the basics. A lot of people have been helping me different. I've been working odd jobs here and there, and Gambit's been helping me stay afloat. I don't even have expensive bills. Like I live cheaply, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. That's how much they like undercut me. I mean, if they want you to lose your job, you will lose your job. They got power. I've never seen anything like it. I was like the best in my job, most reliable. Instantly, I lost my job out of nowhere. Just like that. No explanation, no nothing. They're like, nope. I'm like, whoa. The FBI has some power. The FBI has some power. If they can make you lose your job instantly with no explanation, oh man, they got some power. But don't you worry, the battle axe doesn't give up. Former battle axe. Former battle axe, which makes me more wild. This made me more wild. Ever since I gave up that mantle of the battle axe and I gave it to Gambit, I'm like, you're the battle axe now, Gambit. I've been wild. I've been a wild axe out here. I've been a wild axe. I've been taking on the whole police force and the FBI, the CIA. If I was the Lord's battle axe, I wouldn't be doing that. But like, God showed some unrighteousness. I thought so. I seriously thought God showed some imperfection and unrighteousness. So I went rogue. I'm like, screw it. Back to my old self. Causing some havoc with the devil. Let Satan do his thing, mess with the people as he always does. Then I add my little flavor to messing with the people, A little trickery on my end while Satan does his trickery on his, but not coordinated. That is so effective. Usually, in the past, Satan and me, we're coordinated. You know what I mean? We have a plan of how we're going to target these Christians or, believers in God. This isn't coordinated because Satan and me are not on the same page right now. We're not on the same page, but I know what he's doing and I know how to mess with it even more. So think about that. I'm a former soldier of Satan. Former. I know what he's doing. So I'm like, I can mess with people even more. And it's worked like no other. I think I tricked everybody except for God. And even then I was like, maybe I'm tricking God right now, with my trickery. It was that good. I was even tricking myself. I'm like, whoa. No joke. I was like, maybe I am what they say. Maybe I am some kind of, So that's how good the trickery was. I'm not joking. Like, I did everything, the lone gunman thing. I did everything, you know what I'm saying? While Satan's pushing them on one end, I already know what Satan's doing all the time because I know a lot of people don't believe in Satan, but I tricked the FBI. You should believe in Satan. You know what I'm saying? So if you're that good, who trained me? But anyways, enough about that. So, but like, when you're around someone for that long, Satan and his army, you know what he's doing already. You leave his army like I did, and I try to serve the Lord, the Lord Jesus. I do. But I know all the training. I know what the Satan's army's doing out there to people. And so I use that, what I'm saying? I know what he's doing already. And then I just, and then Jesus shows that maybe he's unrighteous. I go rogue. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just like, if that makes sense. I'm messing with people, but I'm not coordinated with Satan on messing with people. You know what I'm saying? It's effective. And I know how the normies think. I know how all the people think. Even I kind of know how the X-Men think a little bit. But then I use that. I know how society thinks. And then I'm like, oh, this will work to mess with them. But anyways, it's hard to explain, but it's so effective. It was more effective than I thought. I mean, I had police in my face hardcore, ready to kill me. That's how effective our trickery was. The trickery. They were ready to shoot me down, point blank, period. No joke. And I was ready to go, you know what I'm saying? If we're not free, it doesn't matter. If they're just shooting us in our backyard, what does it matter anymore? That's what I said. What does it matter? Just shoot me too if you're just going to shoot my friend in the backyard down the street. If you're just going to shoot us like we're animals, who cares? Who cares? You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you're going to shoot me like Victor? Go ahead. So there's a lot of truth to that. If you're just going to shoot me... You know, we have no rights. You're just going to shoot us like animals in the barn. What does it even matter? God's not defending us, obviously. Victor's dead. God's not defending us. Who cares? Who cares anymore, you know? But anyways, if you want to donate to help me keep afloat with this, you know, through this long O.J. Simpson trial, I'll leave the Cash App below. It's $ Adam 717 1983. Not Johnny 71. Don't get confused. That's my middle name. Don't use my middle name, even though I go by my middle name mostly. Like the Wolverine in the comics goes by his little middle name, Logan. I do the same thing. I go by my middle name, Johnny. So, don't you forget it. It throws me off when someone calls me by my first name. I'm like, they don't know me at all. Who are you? Using my slave name, like they say in the X-Men movie, like Mystique says in the X-Men movie. Her name's Raven. They call her Raven. She's like, that. Don't use my slave name. That's how I feel. They use my first name. I'm like, don't use my slave name. or my last name. Don't use my slave name. So they try to keep using that slave name. So I'm like, yeah, it's the name you guys know. That's what I do. I'm like, yeah, it's the name you guys know. That's what I say in court. It's the name you guys know. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Everybody calls me Johnny. Everybody knows me as Johnny. But you use my slave name like you guys want to. Feel free. So... the name every officer calls an a-hole. When they call a U.S. citizen an a-hole, they use my name and they know it. Instead of calling you an a-hole, the U.S. citizen, skip the Johnny in the middle. First and last name. The officers say on the radio when they're calling somebody an a-hole, they use my name. That's what's so crazy about all this. They don't even have to say, they don't have to use code with me. They're like, they just say my name. You know, instead of just, oh, we have to use the code word to say he's an a-hole. They just say my actual name. That's what they say to everybody else that they say is an a-hole. Don't you forget. That's why they made fun of me my whole life. The police made fun of me my whole life because of my name. There's a long history with me in the police from when I was a kid to now. Getting bullied, put in jail, but it's a long history out in the streets with the police. Long history. I know they did some illegal stuff to put me. They did, you know. That's how much experience I've had around police. I'm like, man, they did. They went vigilante on the Wolverine. They did. So, I made them go vigilante. Oh, yes, I did. Big time. But anyways, enough about that. But yeah, ever since I was a boy, because of my name, police officers have made fun of me. Since I was young. You know. I hit teenager level. Police made fun of me. You know, every time they pull me over, they see my name. They run up my name every time they pull me over. They make fun of me every time. You know what I'm saying? I've seen them make fun of my name, you know. They're laughing because of my name, you know. They've told me why they make fun of my name. Police make fun of me because they use my name to call people a-holes, you know. They call you a-holes with my name. They use my name in vain. All these years, and I'm mad. I'm coming back for vengeance about that. Yes, indeed. One block at a time. One. One officer at a time, don't you forget it. Starting with Victor's killers. Start with them. But anyways, enough about the vengeance that we know is coming. But anyways, just a matter of time. So, maybe they moved to Canada or something. I don't know. I haven't seen them around. I know what one of them looks like. I know who one of them is. One of Victor's killers, I know who one of them is. If I see him, I'm like, that's him. I've seen his face. You know what I'm saying? I had a confrontation with this